So I'm on bed rest the next couple weeks, so we get a little bit different of a view of Allie Marie, which will be fun. This week I want to talk about infant baptism and how that came about and why it's so cool. Today we are looking at the celebration of the Holy Family of Joseph, Mary, and Jesus, with it being Christmas time. And back when Jesus was born, on the 8th day, the Jews would always go and be circumcised. The parents would take their child to the temple and they would be circumcised out of obedience to the law, the Mosaic law, that it was the parents committing to raise their children in the church and making that dedication, that public declaration that they were going to raise the child in the faith. So Christ was circumcised at 8 days old, and Mary had followed through with being obedient by taking Christ there. And then when he was older, 30, right, he got baptized, and he brought the Holy Spirit down with the dove when John the Baptist baptized him. And so looking at that, when we look at infant baptism, we are examining the context of allowing God's love to infiltrate the baby's life from the very start. So when a baby's born, it doesn't ask to eat. It doesn't ask to go to the bathroom. It just does what it does, and it cries, and they eat. We just feed it. So it's a similar thing in a spiritual sense. So we would physically feed it food. We would either breastfeed it or feed it from a bottle, or then emotionally, right? It doesn't ask to be loved. No, we just hold the baby, and we physically hold and give it that physical affection. So we're three components, right? We're a mind, body, spirit entity. So when we look at the spiritual aspect, would we ask the baby whether they want to be baptized, which gives them that access to that love, to the freedom of original sin, which later on in their life would come to fruition when they decide to actively pursue it, when they can actually make that conscious decision, like when they're 5 and they decide they are or are not going to eat their broccoli. It comes down to that. And so, but while they're a baby, while they're still a child, it's up to the parent to feed them spiritually as well, which ends up being through the baptism, which ends up taking the place of the circumcision that used to be the Jewish, because now it's just cultural. People would get their child circumcised because of reduced risk of infection when they're older, or whatever all the medical things are. That's not stuff I have to worry about this weekend or next weekend. So, but it's the obedience, it's the coming to God, it's the public declaration, and then also that it's, if we don't have the infant baptized, we're almost depriving them of that love. We're depriving them of the ability that Christ did make available to us through baptism from the very beginning, that would release them from the original sin to cause them to be able to actively be pursuing Christ and being able to receive that love and that freedom at the age when they are actually born. So that's basically infant baptism in a nutshell. I mean, it took the place of circumcision. It's just out of obedience that we would do it. And celebrating that Holy Family, the Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, and how they're all just tied together in the domestic church, and how it's up to us to really put that forward and move forward with it so that we can raise children of stability and raise children in the church and keep them grounded in what's real and what's true, and allow them to love and love them in return, and all of those really great things. So that's that. That's the baptism, the infant style. Obviously, yeah, and then when we get older, if we haven't been baptized, then go get baptized. Christ got baptized for a reason. Like, he opened the heavens, he brought the Holy Spirit down, and we have that available to us, and there's a grace in it that is not available if we don't have it done. So being baptized in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, it is a commandment that, Christ set us out to do. So that's that. I'll put a couple verses below about circumcision and those things. There's some stuff in Romans and Galatians, and obviously all my little pages, but whatever you guys want. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Yay, 5 minutes. Bye!